Today is May the 17th. May the 17th, 2013. And this is Friday. Dear Anonymous, since we started talking again about, a week ago, maybe two, I've been really cautious with my feelings, and you seem to have forgotten so many things. To my viewers, I'd just like to say, yeah, I'm a fool, I know. Anonymous, we've had some really, really great chats and moments, and unfortunately those feelings never went away. But why do you have such a rotten memory? I mean, when I reactivated my Facebook account, of course all my friends lists came back. I popped up on everyone's lists, and now you asked me yesterday if we were friends when I had it before. Well, hell yes, we were friends when I had it before. You were the one asked me to make the account. You don't remember that? You don't remember how pissed off you got when I put, what was her status? Whatever it was I put her status, you seemed pissed off. And if you weren't pissed off, as you said recently, if you weren't pissed off, then what was that hissy fit you had about it? Anyway, we've had some really great chats lately, and everything's great and hunky-dory and peachy. But man, you get pissed off at me online, you get pissed off at me in the chat room. When you were playing tunes, I requested a song, and you got pissed off. Now you say you're pissed off because at yourself or at your computer or whatever, because you couldn't find it. But it certainly did look to me like you were cursing me. And you know me, I feel stress, tension, or any of that stuff, I'm out of there. I don't stick around. And my mistake, I think now I'm looking at it, because, of course, after I left, I left you messages trying to examine what happened, trying to pin it down. But, and like, first, I leave you a message on Yahoo. And then I have a second thought, and I sent you a phone text. And then the last thing I said, I think, was that I realize that although I have feelings for you, you will never have those feelings for me. And I think I said, I just want you to know that, just letting you know. Which is not saying goodbye forever. It's not saying I'm going to delete anything. It's just saying, as long as you know. So that whatever action or non-action I take in the future, you will understand where I'm coming from. You don't like my feelings. I remember everything. I remember everything. From the first moment we spoke. I remember everything. The good times and the bad times, the hissy fits and the distance, and I remember what you used to say, that I was like a magnet, you couldn't stay away from me. And last night I said, when we were talking, and this was before you even started your show, I think. I said, I have 2 questions for you. Number 1, when you always said you couldn't stay away from me, and a matter of fact, there was a time we might stop speaking for 3 days, but neither of us could go any longer than 3 days. We'd be speaking again. And at that time, it seemed mutual. Either you or I, one, would start up again, and then 3 days was tops until the last time when it was like 5 months. And my question about that was, did you ever figure out why? Or what the connection was? Because I assumed that the 4 or 5 months, whatever it was, that we were not speaking, I thought you might have thought about it, especially when we started talking again. I thought, well, there was a reason for that. Little did I know the only reason was you just wanted to hang out, is what you said when I said, I want you to answer these questions. I can't remember what the second question was, but I said I had 2 questions for you. And they were personal. They were about, what I am to you was basically what it was about. What I am to you versus what you are to me. I really thought there would possibly be something more someday. In the meantime, at least there would be quality friendship there. But when I said I wanted you to answer the question, you kept saying, what question, what question? I ended up copy-pasting it twice. So 3 times I gave you the questions I wanted you to answer for me. And finally, when the last time I said it, you said, I just want to have fun, relax, play some tunes. Okay. That answered my question there. You never gave it that much of a thought. It's not something you think about that much. What there was between us, or whatever, because you don't even remember what there was before the 4 or 5 months went by. You don't even remember what it was, or maybe there was nothing there, and maybe it was just on my side, my end. Possibly. And I know you say you never intended to hurt me. You said you never hurt anybody, that you don't hurt anyone. You told me that you never hurt anyone. But I do correct you on that. You don't hurt anyone deliberately. I'm sure of that, because you don't seem to be like that type of guy. But maybe I'm the only one that it does affect. I'm not saying I'm the only one that feels this way about you. Hell, you've had women all over the place. Online, offline, you've had them all over the place. You know what I believe? I believe that you are the guy that you are what every guy wants to be, and you are the guy that all women want to be with, that know you. That, and if that is a compliment, so be it. I think it's true. So anyway, I will never, unless I can seriously get rid of some of this feeling I have for you, tone it down, I'll never be able to be friends with you. But see, friends is what you seem to want. You want to be friends, yeah. You want to be friends, have a good time. But see, you've got friends all over the place, which is something that you have reminded me of many, many times. All the friends you got at home, at work, in New York, and Tennessee. and wherever else, God knows, California. Oh yeah, Cali. So, I know I'm not the only one that ever cared for you. Oh hell, people cared about you your entire life. I have no doubts. A lot of people care about you. A lot of people want you to be in their life. But, don't take what I feel and try to mold it into something that fits your style, because it won't fit. Just like I can't take what you put out there and mold it into what I want to fit my style. It just doesn't work. I've never lied to you. My problem is that I remember too much. There is a condition like that where you just don't forget. I remember an event that happened before I was 2 years old, but it was after I was a year old, so because I know I was walking at the time. So stuff doesn't go away. It's in my head. And I think everything that happens of some of some importance, in every event that happens of some importance to me, affects me. Everything that affects me of any importance, I'll say that, is tainted or colored or covered by memories of what that person has said or done before. Everything is measured by past memories. I'm sorry, I don't forget. I'm sorry that you do. Yeah, I save emails. I deleted them once. Yeah, I save emails and messages. Maybe that's a sickness. Maybe I do it to cross-reference between that and my memory to see if I'm right about dates. It'd probably be better for me if I did delete all of them. But that does not give anybody the right to try to rewrite history. Don't you dare ask me if we were friends on Facebook before. That was only last year. I was there because you asked me to be. Then you got pissed off when the status that I put on there. Well, maybe you say you weren't pissed off because of the status I put. But it certainly looked that way. That was the focus of the argument, and the hissy fit you through. Okay. What else? I don't know. Trying to be reasonable. I mean, we've just been on fire for the last week or two, whatever it's been, with the texting, with the chatting. A friend of yours asked me if we were back together. My answer to him was, we are talking again. That's not putting a label on it. And like I said, don't label things. Don't label anything. Don't label it, because I don't think your label and my label would match. When I'm around you, I don't feel like I'm available. I don't feel like I'm single. I certainly am not looking for anything. I mean, I never went online to look for a man. I believe I started using the computer as almost like an experiment, almost like research, because I had never seen a chat room before. My entire life I'd never seen a chat room. I mean, I just barely had started using the computer when we first met the first time. Whether that was in 2007 or 2008, I don't remember. But it was in the chat room. And you were there and I was there, and we did not really talk directly to each other, but I saw your name and we did exchange comments in the chat room. Recognized your name. I remember just about everybody. I think everybody that was in that chat room. The music chat room we used to go to. I think I remember just about every ID. My memory, see? My memory. So that was 2007 or 2008 was the very first time. And that's the first time I was ever at a chat room of any kind. As an experiment, not looking for anything. God, no. I wasn't looking for anything. Too much crap in my life to need to drag it on to somebody else. You told me you worry about me. Because of the way I feel things. Did you ever think about Googling empath? It's why don't go out around crowds. Every single negative feeling coming from people that I'm around within my range, like I'll say within 5 or 6 yards. Not very. I mean, I can be in a small area. I don't go in around crowds. I don't like crowded cars. I don't like to go into someone's house if there's a lot of people. Oh, I can hang at the park all day long with crowd of people, but I can always walk away from them if I start feeling intense energy coming at me. Empath. Goes the other way too. When I'm around people that are happy or calm or reasonable. I mean, even if they aren't happy and calm, if they're just reasonable people with a rational outlook. I mean, that helps. That tones everything down. As long as somebody's being reasonable, logical, I pick that up too. So, when I leave and go do something else, it's not a personal insult or reflection on you. But the reason I left at that moment was because I turn it around. If somebody gets pissed at me, I feel inadequate. I feel like I did something wrong. I'll go off and think about it, and before it's over with, I'm crucifying myself. Crucifying myself, saying I was wrong about something, or I shouldn't have took it that way, or it's not your fault that I care for you. And it's not. It's not your fault. But when I went off and started my own room after that, after I got my browser to stop crashing, my browser was crashing, my Adobe Flash Player updates, crazy plugins and extensions on my browser. Once I got that stabilized, I went back on Justin and started my own music and people coming in. I knew you had some people in your room that you were to talk to. It took a couple minutes, but you finally did start texting. I didn't answer back right away. I didn't know what to say. Then you called. Shock. You actually called me, which is like something you didn't used to do, but recently you have been quite a bit. So you called and asked me, and you, at that point, see, this is what I didn't get. I left your room because, and before I left, I said, fuck me, I'll never smile again, because you got pissed off at me. Anyway, it's just an old hillbilly phrase, okay? So anyway, it's like saying, shame on me, I'll never smile again. But, so I left the room and I started my own show. Okay, then when you called me, you apologized to me for leaving. Because your browser crashed, you said. Okay, which is it? I left and you just couldn't stand the thought that I left, so you said your browser crashed and you shut it down? But you did call me and said, oh, sorry, my browser crashed. Well, then I said, well, you asked what I was doing. I said, well, I'm playing music in my room, right? You remember that, right? I said, are you going to come in? You can come in here if you want to. I'll play your music. And you said, yeah, you would. You said, yes, you would come in there. Guess what? You didn't come in there. Which is hauntingly familiar, because that was the problem last year. You would buzz me and then I'd meet with you, well, like virtually, cyberspace, but we'd hook up. And then you'd slam the door in my face and leave again. Same thing. That's what you did last year. That's what you did last night. And then after that, and after I finally got offline because my computer crashed again, but I played until after 4 o'clock this morning. By that time I knew you'd be in bed. Even with the time difference, I knew you'd be in bed because you had to go to work today. So that's when I started sending the last minute Yahoo message. That's when I sent you the PM or the text on the phone. And then today I sent you one after thinking about it. I said I sent other messages last night about being disappointed, but they don't count. I admit I was pissed, but I can just tell myself it's you being you and not expect anything else next time. So and then after that I said, I don't feel casual feelings, but you can't give me more than that. Just know that I know that now. Wait a minute. But you can't give me more than that. Just know that I know. Then see ya. Which was not saying. Actually, all I was saying, maybe that's the point. I don't really. Maybe I talk in riddles, but your actions are pretty clear. It's just saying. It was, see, kind of gives me an open door there. Just knowing that I know not to expect anything else of you. Any other behavior besides what you did last night. That your behavior isn't going to change toward me. Because I know you don't have the same feelings. Because everything is about having fun. Let's have fun together right now. I mean, how many different avenues is there online? There aren't that many. I realize that. But all you can do is just have fun at the moment. But I wanted to know, there were a couple questions I asked you, and they were personal. But see, you wouldn't answer the personal questions because you didn't even remember. That's what I'm assuming. You don't even remember that there was a past. You don't remember there was anything before November last year. Now, is that pretty much it? That's what I'm thinking. Alright, well, to my audience, I want to say, I probably sound like a retarded bitch. Or a freaking psycho. I'm just a person. Just a person that's easily affected by everything. A lot of times I use the word hurt when maybe I shouldn't. I have been very disappointed. I think I protect my heart a lot. I protect my dignity a lot. Self-respect. And that is why I would rather use words like disappointed. Because the mature way to look at it is, yeah, I was disappointed. You know, I can't lay the blame on someone else for hurting me. That sounds too much like attacking me. And he did not attack me. He does not have a wicked bone in his body. He's just got a shitty memory. Or maybe he doesn't place priorities on, well, obviously, I don't want to say I'm not a priority, but I feel like I'm not a priority. Well, whatever's going to happen. See, I don't even know if Anonymous will ever hear this. You know, I don't know whether to hope he will or hope he won't. Yesterday I told him about these recordings. He didn't know about it. I told him there was a video too, which I don't know whether you guys had seen the video, but I finally deleted that after we started talking again. It's funny. You can meet someone and you have your hopes, you have your dreams, you have your thoughts about what could be, which direction it could go. And, I don't want to unconsciously try to direct anything, but I think sometimes maybe I do. Maybe even if I don't physically try to direct it or micromanage it, I, in my heart, hope certain things will happen. And in the meantime, before that, I'd just like to feel like the other person is present in the moment with some sort of a memory from one day to the next, or in some cases from 1 minute to the next. You don't have to keep copy pasting the same question in the messenger 3 times. That's it for today. I don't know how long I can make these recordings for Yahoo. That's it for now. Just keep good thoughts for me, that I find out what I'm supposed to be doing. Have a good day. Anonymous, if you do hear this, I don't know what to say. It is what it is. You never understood what the hell I was talking about before, so I don't see how it'll be any different now. Take it easy, people.